Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Justin. We're back with another subscriber request. This time it's Kevin Smith's Mallrats. That came out in 1995. Now, in all honesty, I used to, look down on this movie. I'm one of those people, and I don't see very many of them, that, most people either love Kevin Smith movies or they hate Kevin Smith movies. I'm actually right in between. There are some of his movies that I'm a big fan of, and there are some that just really miss the mark. Like, personally, I'm not a fan of the Clerks movies. Obviously there are some funny scenes, funny lines in those movies, but they just miss the mark with me. Same with Chasing Amy. Movies like Dogma and even the Jay and Silent Bob films, those actually are, very funny to me. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's casting choices. I love the cameos, especially in Jay and Silent Bob, from the likes of Will Ferrell. Matt Damon's role in it is, I think he plays it so serious that it's funny. And Mallrats was one of those movies that I kind of looked down upon. But having rewatched it, it's actually aged very well in my eyes. It's actually much better than I remember it. Is it an instant classic by any stretch of the imagination? No. But it is entertaining. It is enjoyable. And it's got a great cast. And I think that's what's important for Kevin Smith movies. I think that when he tries to do it, more down and dirty, I think it misses the mark. But when he gets a group of characters together, that's when he's at his best. And this is no different. You have the likes of Shannon Doherty, who at this point in her career was, one of the most sought-after women in Hollywood, coming off of Beverly Hills 90210. She was just a sought-after commodity. You have a young, and I mean very young, Ben Affleck. Really hadn't even matured into the great actor that he has become. This is obviously even 2 years before Good Will Hunting, where he became a superstar in a lot of ways. You have Joey Lauren Adams. You have Jason Lee, who is hilarious. And he really has been his entire career. He's had a stellar career. Obviously, the leading man of a hit TV show, My Name is Earl. He's been in movies with Tom Cruise like Vanilla Sky. Say what you want about him, but he's had a hell of a career. Obviously, with any Kevin Smith movie, you're going to get your Jay and Silent Bob fix. Jay and his hetero life mate, Silent Bob, played by Jason Mewes and Kevin Smith himself. You have a hilarious Stan Lee cameo. And it's more of a cameo than what, he did later on in his life with the Marvel movies. He actually had some serious dialogue. You have Claire Forlani. You have Jeremy London. It's a fantastic cast, and they all just work well together. You have great dialogue throughout the movie, and like I said, it's funnier than I remember. There's one line that actually stands out to me. By the way, rocking my Bat Dad t-shirt, gift from my wife, being a proud dad that I am. One of the lines that stuck out for me, having worked in a mall, I replayed it a bunch of times because I just kept chuckling. Anything outside of the food court is an autonomous unit for mid-mall snacking. And that was given by Jason Lee. And it just stuck with me. And it every time I read it and I think it just makes me giggle. And I forgot about that. And that's what it is there's, Kevin Smith's movies have great dialogue. And again, this one has gotten better with age in my eyes. And I would put it up there with his better movies, like Dogma and like Jay and Silent Bob. I appreciate this movie more than I did when I was a younger man. And to see the development, I get it. Clerks was his first movie directed. It was low budget. It was raw. It was shot with a bunch of friends. But you could see his development as a director, with a little bit of money. And he kind of reminds me a lot like M. Night Shyamalan, in that if you leave him alone and you give him a good enough budget, he's going to make you a quality film. When you give him too much money and there's too much interference, you're going to get watered down, saturated dribble. And, so they share that in common. Before having rewatched it, it maybe would have been in the 5s, but I think this is a 6.8. It's not the greatest movie of all time. It's not even the greatest comedy of all time. But you know what? It's better than I remember. And a 6.8 for a comedy is a pretty good score. You're not going to reinvent the wheel, but you're going to laugh and you're going to enjoy it. And I did. And that's why I'm going with a 6.8. So there you have it. There's my review for Mallrats, 1995. I hope to see you guys again at the movies. Take care.